the right nutrition and the optimal nutrition, not just for us, but also for the microbes, because they live in such close connection with us that it's important to think about that as well. The second one, I think, equally important now, because we know the strong connections between the brain and the gut, particularly the negative emotions have a negative effect on the gut and its activity and on the microbes in it. Try to minimize negative emotions and cultivate positive emotion and this detachment. The third one is something that we've practiced here. Any kind of activity that we can exert, mechanical activity from the outside, be it acupressure, be it this belly button stimulation. The abdominal breathing, which has a similar effect on the gut. So there's several modalities that can do this. There's always, like in medicine, or even if you have a holistic understanding of the body, it's usually not one thing that can do everything, but it's the interaction of those things. I mean, this was a very impressive demonstration and self-demonstration today about the belly button here, the stimulation of the navel. We've seen some demonstration with the change in the brainwave and the image about the changing body temperature through that stimulation. And from the own experience, I mean, they're clearly the warmth. I personally would say there's several things working together. One is the concentration on one part of the very important part of the body, which a meditative technique where you just concentrate your attention on that important part. The second one is certainly these signals will get to the brain. What exactly happens in the gut? The main effect is the mechanical stimulation of the enteric nervous system, which is connected to the brain, or on the vagus nerve. I mean, there's many possibilities clearly by which that could produce its effect. So I personally think it's a very interesting approach. The mindfulness on this part of the body, the breathing, the combination with the breathing, and the mechanical stimulation, that interaction, I think, is certainly something that's seems to be quite powerful. The scientific explanations you could give for this effect, I think it's very interesting. It's very fascinating. So I would say, in terms of practical points, pay attention to what you eat, how this food is produced, what it does to specific things inside of you. These requirements don't change every few years. Every few years we have a new diet book coming out that recommends something different. These are ancient principles. These are things that have evolved over tens of thousands of years. If you put the microbes in over billions of years. So there's no need to change their diet all the time. I think you have to realize what are the simple truths about and the simple facts. So being aware of that, practicing mindfulness, calming the brain-gut interaction to keep them in balance. Doing other things that are healthy for your brain, such as exercise, but that would also include things that you can do to your body, stimulation from passive things like massage or acupressure, or you may count. I did not include this in my book, but there's a variety of practices I think that you can use to send positive signals to the brain. So the recommendations are kind of easy, I would say, but I think people won't do them unless they really understand the system, and that's what I've tried in this book.